What else can you expect from a Trump-hating, Clinton-appointed judge who went out of his way to make sure that the result of this trial was as negative as it could possibly be, speaking to and in control of a jury from an anti-Trump area, which is probably the worst place in the United States for me to get a fair trial. We'll be appealing this decision. It's a disgrace. I don't even know who this woman is. I have no idea who she is, where she came from. This is another scam. It's a political witch hunt. And somehow we're going to have to fight this stuff. We cannot let our country go into this abyss. This is disgraceful. You have somebody running for office. You have a woman that's financed and lied about it. She totally lied about it by Democrat operatives, like just about the biggest one there is. And she said that wasn't true. They found that she lied about it, and the judge wasn't even, I guess, letting it be put in as evidence. The whole thing is a scam, and it's a shame, and it's a disgrace to our country.
Where do we even begin? Okay, this is Donald Trump melting down after he was found liable for the sexual abuse and defamation of E. Jean Carroll. Now, for background, E. Jean Carroll accused Trump of sexually abusing her in a department store dressing room in the mid-1990s and then defaming her by calling her a liar when she went public with her allegations in 2019. Cut to, Trump has now been ordered to pay her $5 million. Gotta love the finding out part. Now, right off the bat, Trump accuses the judge of being biased because he was appointed by Clinton. Only, if it's the case that a judge's character can be determined by which president appointed them, shouldn't the hundreds of judges appointed by Trump also be disqualified? I mean, last time I checked, Trump's judges were appointed by a president who's been indicted of over 30 felonies and now found liable of sexual abuse and defamation. It seems that if a Clinton judge isn't trustworthy in a civil case like this, then surely the judges appointed by this criminal defendant who are rolling back women's bodily autonomy and a raft of other rights that Americans have been guaranteed for decades should probably be called into question too. Or does Trump's logic only apply in one direction? Trump then goes on to say this.
Speaking to and in control of a jury from an anti-Trump area, which is probably the worst place in the United States for me to get a fair trial.
Now, here's a tip for Trump. If you don't want to stand trial in Manhattan, maybe don't commit sexual abuse in Manhattan. Just, for starters. You gotta love, too, how he lashes out about how unpopular he is in Manhattan, the place where he literally spent most of his adult life. Until 5 minutes ago, the guy and his entire family live there. Although, it would stand to reason that those who've spent the most time with him would probably know him best. Also, just like with the Manhattan grand jury and the Manhattan hush money case, it is not the judge that's rendering the decision here, it's the jury. So Trump can lash out until the sun goes down about whatever judges he's decided are unqualified, but the actual decision makers here are a jury of his own peers, approved, by the way, by Trump's own attorneys. And the decision to hold him liable was unanimous. So either they're all corrupt, or maybe he was just very obviously held responsible for his own actions. And then, of course, the most predictable part of this whole rant by Trump.
We'll be appealing this decision. It's a disgrace. I don't even know who this woman is. I have no idea who she is, where she came from. This is another scam. It's a political witch hunt.
Ah, yes, he has no idea who this woman is. This woman, right here, in that photo, talking with Donald Trump. Got it. Now, I'll remind you, Trump lost this case after he completely embarrassed himself by A, refusing to show up at the trial to even bother testifying, B, failing to submit DNA evidence to prove his innocence, and C, mistaking E. Jean Carroll in this very photo for his ex-wife Marla Maples during his deposition after claiming that she's not his type.
I don't even know who the woman. Let's see. I don't know who. It's Marla.
You're saying Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla, yeah. That's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to? No.
Here.
Carol.
Oh, is that?
The person you just pointed to was E. Jean Carroll.
Who is that? Who is this?
Point, your wife. And the woman on the right is your then wife,
I don't
Ivana?
know. This was the picture.
Ivana.
I assume that's John Johnson. Is that?
That's Carol.
Carol? Because it's very blurry. That she's not my type? Yeah, because it's not politically correct to say it, and I know that, but I'll say it anyway. She's accusing me of rape. A woman that I have no idea who she is. It came out of the blue. She's accusing me of rape, of raping her. The worst thing you can do, the worst charge, And you know it's not true too. You're a political operative also. You're a disgrace. But she's accusing me, and so are you, of rape, and it never took place. And I will tell you, I made that statement, and I said, well, it's politically incorrect. She's not my type, and that's 100% true. She's not my type.
Ah, yes, because nothing says "not my type" quite like confusing that person with the person you literally married. Or here, where he actually defends the concept of abuse by saying this.
In this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the you can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
Unfortunately or fortunately, yeah, I can't imagine why a jury would find a guy defending sexual abuse liable for sexual abuse, one of life's great mysteries. The simple fact is that Donald Trump is his own worst enemy, and yet despite all of this, still Trump is finding a way to position himself as the victim, claiming that he was unconstitutionally silenced. In addition to this video, he took to Truth Social after this decision, writing, "Waiting for a jury decision on a false accusation where I, despite being a current political candidate and leading all others in both parties, am not allowed to speak or defend myself, even as hard-nosed reporters scream questions about this case at me. In the meantime, the other side has a book falsely accusing me of rape and is working with the press. I will therefore not speak until after the trial, but will appeal the unconstitutional silencing of me as a candidate, no matter the outcome." And again, he was allowed to defend himself, and the court was waiting on him to do so, but he chose not to, whether because he couldn't be bothered or because every time he opens his mouth, he sinks his own case. And he knows that, so his only option here is to gaslight his supporters into thinking that the real victim in a case where Trump sexually abused someone is Donald Trump. Because of course. And obviously, Trump ends this little video by saying, "The whole thing is a scam, and it's a shame, and it's a disgrace to our country." And I gotta say, that's honestly a pretty succinct description by Donald Trump of Donald Trump. So the guy will throw his little temper tantrums, he'll pretend he's a martyr, he'll pretend he's a victim, he'll claim that he's innocent or that the deep state or the evil Democrats are out to get him. He'll claim that a jury approved by his own attorneys was rigged, but all of it serves to hide the truth, that Trump is finally being held accountable for his own actions. And I, for one, quite enjoy watching the Law and Order Party learn in real time what that actually means. Before you go, I need your help. I'm right on the cusp of hitting 2 million subscribers, so please help me grow this channel so the progressive media ecosystem grows by hitting the subscribe button right here on the screen. I also started a Spanish channel so we can finally start regaining some of that lost ground among Spanish speakers, so if you want to help support those efforts, you can hit that subscribe button. And finally, if you listen to podcasts and you want to support mine, you'll find a link to that on the screen as well. Thanks so much for watching.